Welcome to The Report, I'm Glenn Dunks. In many ways, Ozflix is ideal for both big budget and independent film distribution. But because Ozflix founder Ron Brown is an independent producer himself, he is keen to see it really work for films that traditionally have not had marketing budgets to reach national, let alone international audiences. This week, we talked to two indie Aussie filmmakers, Megan Riakos and Nathan Hill.
Crushed is a mystery thriller set on a winery, and it was specifically created to be my debut feature. So, I chose a location that I knew I had access to in the beautiful wine region of Mudgee.
For 127 years, the Rose family has been harvesting these fields. I know it's a sad time, but Rob would have wanted us to all together.
To Dad. Really wrong happening. Promise me that you'll be careful. It wasn't a suicide.
Megan's first film, Crushed, has just been released theatrically, and she is working hard to determine the best digital distribution strategy for the future of her project.
We've had a great release so far for Crushed. We premiered at the Montreal World Film Festival and have been at a number of festivals across the US and Australia. And we've just come off the back of a really successful limited release run through FanForce across Australia. So over 20 screenings, many of those were sold out screenings in capital cities and regionals. And we'll be moving into doing some more regional screenings over the next few months. But we're really excited about releasing online very shortly. I think it's really important to consider the best way to release Crushed online, specifically in a streaming sense, because that's where people are viewing their films these days. And it's really important for Crushed to be really accessible. 10 years ago, an independent film in Australia found it really difficult to reach audiences, but being in the online sphere really opens up the possibilities of reaching audiences that I know would enjoy Crushed.
Nathan Hill is a far more seasoned indie filmmaker with a decade of experience on a bunch of films that he has written, directed, produced, and even acted in. But making it pay is still a challenge.
I think I'm up to about 7 or 8 directed features that I've produced as well. Yeah, some of them been co-produced and co-written, but as far as filmmaking, about 7 or 8 features now. Yeah, over the 10 years. It's a great question that keeps coming up recently. It's how do you sustain what you do? I mean, I've made stuff where it's micro budget or it's low risk. So I've either broken even or, put a cherry on top at the end of it. I wouldn't say it's something that I've been able to do full-time singularly. There's always been other work that I've had to do on top of that.
Did you guys hear that? He's not dead. We can fix that.
Because they are low-budget independent films, I haven't been able to find global distribution. I haven't been able to get DVD in every region or Blu-ray in every region. And the other thing I've found difficult is the particular genre film I make, which might not suit a local distributor. So this is where I'm finding that, say with Ozflix, for example, being able to make a film that will fit into the catalogue because it's Australian is really great.
This interview begins at 1:17 a.m. Present are Detectives John Franklin and Bud Elliott. Interview subject, Detective Jordan Rhodes.
Can I get some bubble gum?
Is that supposed to be some sort of joke?
Don't get smart, mate.
How about a coffee?
Yeah, we'll get someone to bring one in.
I'm not used to this side of the table, guys.
No, you're not, are you?
Jordan, why don't you just start at the start?
Both Megan and Nathan are huge supporters of the Ozflix platform and see it as a home and an audience and a guaranteed way forward when the strain of indie filmmaking strikes.
I think Ozflix is really going to help Australian films connect with Australian audiences. I think Australian audiences don't realise the breadth of types of films that are out there, and this is going to make them so much more accessible. It's a really exciting opportunity, I think, for Australian films.
Rarely do I guess, walk around with my catalogue freely and experiment with anybody. I mean, normally, I hold my films very close to my chest, and it's not until I find that exact right distributor with that exact right term and contract that's either 3 years or 5 years or 8, be it whatever it is, that I hand it over after such a long process of making a personal film.
We are still on the Great Aussie Film Hunt, so if you have produced an Aussie feature film, please get in touch with us now at admin@ozflix.net. That's it for us this week. To keep up with everything Ozflix, leave your email address with us at the Ozflix homepage, ozflix.tv.